guess what? We're back. You know why? Football season's here. That's right. We took a break. We said basketball. We did the finals. We did the championship. And then guess what? There wasn't much to talk about. So what do people do during the summertime? We took a break. But guess what? Just like anything, you miss it after a while, and we are now back. Football season is upon us, and I got my panel of experts, legitimate experts, 15 years, 10 years of following their team, not bandwagon jumpers like some of the people that's going to be watching the Raiders this year. We talk about real Philly fans, real Giants fans, real Niner fans, and all the other teams that's going to come into play. But fellas, salute to all of you. How are you doing? Let me do a sound check and go around. Make sure you are all good. David, you were the first one on. Salute to you, literally. How you doing, my brother? No, it's too early to be broke. Already, he looked like he was there, but he not. All right,
I think you messed us all up when you said 10 years of following our team.
You see what I said? He wasn't a bandwagon. I said he wasn't a bandwagon jumper, and then it froze. So maybe
but you said we've been fans of our teams 10, 15 years. It's been 20, 30 years, brother.
Listen, I'm trying not to date y'all. Lamar, you was second. How are you, my brother? Salute to you, my brother. How you doing?
How's it going? I'm good.
We back in the building, man. I know you excited. You got a lot to look forward to this year. I know you excited. I see it on your face.
Oh, definitely, my brother. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Big things. Yes, expecting
sir.
Big things.
Look, I told you where I got y'all going, so we're going to talk about that on the show. David, you now back. Hopefully you're working. Wave your hand. Let me see that you're a live person and not a frozen screen like I just seen a second ago. David, are you there? If not, I'm going to Timmy. He froze again. Yep, David, go ahead. Let me hear you, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, and I am so glad that it was back.
I know you are, man.
Complete madness when you don't have football in your life.
It's bad, man. It's like, what else is there for me to do with my life? So I get it. Timmy, how you doing, sir? Salute to you, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Just got finished watching the spring football league called the USFL. Mad at the Generals, but ain't no biggie. Football's back.
Look at the cross promotion for the USFL. They gave you a check. Tim, now I don't know about USFL. Get nice little advertisement for them right there. I see what you did there.
Hey, it's the first time I saw something in that league.
I don't really like them, and I'm going to tell you why I don't like them. I like the XFL, but I'm not a fan. I'm going to get them cross promotion too. I'm not a fan of the USFL, and I'm going to tell you why when we finish our introduction. Steve, how you doing, Steve? I want to make sure you're good. When you got your head down, I can't know if you frozen.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on? Salute to you, man. You good? You good? How you feeling? Your Giants is ready? Tony, I see Saquon run somebody over. What is that? That's the who that?
New York
Mets.
That's right. We hot right now. We the hottest team in baseball right now.
People watch baseball.
I'm the only Yankee over here.
There's a whole other sport going on right now that's trying to compete with football. Like, that's wow. I didn't know you. You just told me something I didn't know. Nobody care about no baseball on this show. This football, basketball, all the stuff we like.
And the head honcho froze.
And the moderator froze.
So, either way, we're going to keep it going. So, gentlemen, now that we are back, now that engines are revving up and everybody's getting it, we have a lot to discuss. NFL is now upon us officially. We had the introduction last week which was a throw-out trash game. I don't even know why Jacksonville was in there. Raiders looked like a Super Bowl, a bust team. Like, I don't know. And now all the rest of the games, I know we play tomorrow. So let me hear y'all, man, before we dive into all of the specific news that's surrounding the negative part of the season. I want to talk to y'all about your teams and how you're feeling all the moves look like they're done. I don't see nobody making another move other than Cleveland grabbing Garoppolo because of Deshaun Watson's situation. I think that's going to happen. But outside of that, I think it's pretty quiet. So, David, I'm going to start with you. If you are there, again, I can't tell because it look like you might be. Oh, you're not frozen. I see you move. David, talk to me about how this is looking for your highly anticipated Raiders and how y'all looked last week. And is there any areas of concern, or are you just on a high horse like, you know what, we about to run through the league? Because I know you're the cupcake man, so talk to us.
No, well, preseason is really, you're not going to see your stars. You're not going to see anything of that nature. What I really was looking forward to was what type of offense and what type of play calling Josh McDaniels was going to be doing. This season, I was so excited. I was saying, and I'm still hoping, I'm like Super Bowl all the way until Perriman retired. And now that leaves multiple holes along our offensive line. So I'm hoping we can get in, train these young guys up. We got 3 rookies in there that we drafted, as well as we had last year along the go, John Simpson. So I'm just hoping that we can make that offensive line gel. That offensive line gel, week 1 through week 3, back on his saying Super Bowl. If the looks bad week 1 through 3, I might have to pump the on my expectations just a little bit.
Okay, I respect it. And how is this, the new coaching staff? You believing in what you're seeing, or like what's your take on it, man? You like the offense? You like what you're seeing so far?
Well, in the practices that we had, we look Patriots. Sorry to say that, but we look like we're going to be multifaceted, 12 personnel, 11 personnel, 3-4 running backs. Depending on the situation, Jacobs is going to be the bell cow. We got to go out and pass. I see a lot more Drake and Amir. I cannot think of his name. Abdul coming in, the guy that Detroit Lions drafted a couple of years ago. So, I see us be able to dictate the pace to defenses, not just sitting back and watching Carr sling it around 50, 60 times. That's not going to be the case. It's going to be every week. Our offense is going to be better than the defense that we're playing. They're going to see something new every week, and I like that. So
hard to argue that with what you guys have, but I will say that Adams did go out on a limb when interviewed and asked about the transition from Rodgers to Carr, and he said, just going from one Hall of Famer to another Hall of Famer. What you think of that? Was he trolling? Was he like, he really got that kind of faith in a Carr, or what was that about?
Since Carr has been in the league, Carr's played with a amount of talent than any other quarterback in the NFL over the last 8 years. Now he got weapons. So I see Carr being in the MVP race seriously. Regardless of we going to the Super Bowl or regardless of we making the playoffs, I see Carr putting up MVP numbers. This is the best talent he's been around. I don't want to hear.
I'll say the talent thing might be debatable. I'm about to move on to go do another check for the rest of the other teams. So get ready because I'm coming to you. I see a finger up already. Somebody got something to say. Steve, talk to us. What's going on?
David, you just said last year you were bragging about the weapons that y'all had last year with Renfro and Waller, and now you saying Carr didn't have any weapons? You just were bragging about y'all receivers last year. You were bragging about y'all receivers last year.
Saying,
that might be a fact. I can't.
I'm saying in the history of David Carr, Steven, from throwing to Seth Roberts and Jones and to now throwing slot receiver in the league, one of the best slot receivers in the league, the tight end. So his weapon upgrade over last year, and while it was hurt last year, I'm saying last year's team was bad.
Okay, they all upgrades from last year, but don't try to act like you wasn't just saying last year that y'all had some good receivers.
Yeah, because
they all upgraded. With Adams, I'll say that's an upgrade. But
Renfro had a pretty decent year, I think.
Yeah,
we did talk about this.
Yeah,
We dissected your
Come on,
offense
dog.
last year. I
You got to
remember that.
remember who you on the show with.
Good point. You did not
Yeah,
say your
real quick,
offense last
Steven.
year because you said that. I do remember you saying you
Steven,
didn't have these weapons, and we looked at the stats. Like Zay Jones, I think had like 600 or 700. I know Renfro had a G, and I don't think I'm probably had like 100 catches or something like that. So talk to us.
No,
He had
it's
100
the
catches
upgrade with
last year.
Adams. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carr's never had superstar talent weapons like he has now.
I can that's a better way of putting it. Thank you.
So
I'll take that.
Y'all can, I'm about to say,
so
y'all can look at all y'all rosters over last.
Yeah.
Y'all can look at it all over the last 8 years, and maybe minus the Eagles, and that's no disrespect. But all those teams have had superstars at their position. Carr's not had superstars at the position until this year. Last year they were good. While it was a lone guy, now on. I don't see, other than Cincinnati, I don't see a receiving unit that's better than us now. So I never be great. That's all I'm getting at.
Let me think about
he has
this,
superstar talent.
You brought up a good point. So let me
I like how you worded it this time.
Let us kind of review our teams for a second in the last couple of years. I'll start with the Giants since the Giants is chiming in. Then I'm gonna go to the two Giant fans and the Eagle. When was the last time you guys had like an elite receiver or offense? It's been since Odell, right?
Odell, yes. Odell.
Has there been anybody serviceable?
That's within the 8-year time frame.
And you and I had this conversation, not as of yet, but I think Tony is up and coming.
Right.
I just think that most of the receivers we picked up haven't been number ones, you know. So even with giving Galladay all that money, even when he was on the field, he still didn't score all year. So you can't be a number one and you don't score all year, you know. So I would say we haven't had a superstar since Odell Beckham, you know. And prior to Beckham, I would say the only other superstar we had a lot of what you call potential, you know, with Hakeem Nicks and all of them. But other than Beckham, previous to that, the only other superstar ever we had would have been Plaxico. You know, no other superstar. You know,
wow, Timmy.
Even Tuma wasn't a superstar.
Who was it? Say it again.
I said even Amani Toomer wasn't a superstar.
Good point. Good point. What about is Saquon a superstar or has been a superstar?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Because I was on record saying 2 years ago, I don't feel like he's a superstar yet. I was on record saying that because I look for consistency. I look for you being a household name. You know, I look for, you got to do it year in, year out. David said when we had that conversation about elevating your team, play to another level, I did agree with that. And I haven't seen that from Saquon just of yet. I feel like potential, because I think a lot of times when we make these arguments, we make them based off potential. Right. You know, and I think potentially he is, but I don't say he's a superstar yet, and that's in my opinion.
Okay. Timmy.
And the reason that Saquon isn't a superstar because number one, he has an injury problem, and the starting beginning of that injury was against the Bears.
Okay.
With the I think the torn ACL.
This was what, his second year in, or
yeah,
that's when you got hurt the first time, right? His second year or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Ever since then, he had like injury problems like below the foot, and I'm just seeing him just now.
Okay.
Having like 28 yards. That's just only the beginning. I need to see more of Saquon.
What about
and this might be his only chance.
So let me ask you. I'm gonna go back to your receivers. You gave Galladay a lot of money. Is Galladay
too much money?
Does he have even Pro Bowl potential? Wow, that's a lot of waste of money. that's a
He went to
big
the
waste.
Pro
He had to prove me wrong.
Like
He has to prove me wrong.
He went to the Pro Bowl in Detroit. He has Pro Bowl potential.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, we're talking about potential.
But he's not in Detroit. He's in New York now.
Exactly. He's in New York. He hasn't done it in New York.
So is the problem Danny Dimes? Maybe it's not Gallup.
Who you asking?
The Giants fans. Is the problem?
I think that remains to be seen. We still don't fully know what we 100% got in Daniel Jones yet. You know, I think maybe he played one full season, you know. So we still don't know. That still remains to be seen. But I think he's a guy that has a lot of potential, but is his upside gonna be worth sticking it out with him? And what I like about the new regime,
I was about to ask about that.
I think that they're gonna use his, you know, his skill set to the best of his ability. And if we don't see that change this year, then I see them moving on from him. I feel like, because this regime is a no nonsense regime, I feel like they're gonna get the best out of his skill set. And if he's not producing, we will see Tyrod Taylor. And remember, he came from that regime.
Yep.
You know.
Timmy, let me ask you, Lamar. I'm coming to you. I'm not gonna say I'm.
This is Daniel Jones's last chance.
So, do you see Tyrod Taylor taking that spot, or do you think Danny Dimes is gonna be the starter for the whole year? Timmy, I gotta ask you. You are the guru of atics.
If Danny Dimes doesn't produce within the next 3 games, you're gonna see Tyrod Taylor being the starter for the rest of the season.
So your prediction, because it's documented, is
3 games. I'm giving him that deadline.
Wow. Timmy gave his 3. Steven, you just said Tyrod comes from that system. How do you anticipate the year going? Is Tyrod going to end up getting on the field and taking over? Not injury related, performance related, or is Danny Dimes going to be the sure starter and show y'all why y'all drafted him as high as you did?
Well, I haven't been back watching to comment on Tyrod, because the last I've seen him was in Buffalo. You know, I can't tell you where he was last year, even though I did watch football last year and the year before.
Texas, I believe it was Texas.
I don't even remember, but yeah, he was with the Texans. But far as him and Daniel Jones, I'm hoping Daniel Jones, because we drafted him, so I'm hoping he pan out. You know, and I'm hoping, because he got a lot of naysayers, so I'm hoping that he do prove them wrong and learn to be like Eli, not where you are a naysayer, and learn to be like Eli where he doesn't necessarily have to win the games. You know, I'm gonna use David's term, he could be a game manager, you know, and but that's where we need Saquon at. You know what I'm saying? That's where Saquon Barkley and the other weapons to start. I think he has a decent wide receiver core where, you know, he should be set up for success. Now, it still goes back to that offensive line with me, you know, because that's going to play a crucial part in our offense, because to me, I felt like the last few years we had one of the worst offensive line. So
hard to argue, man. Hard to argue. Couldn't hold up no blocks. All right, well, good. Thank you for your breakdown, and I got to give you your props, man. You spoke facts and you kept it real in regards to a lot of stuff that went on with your team. I wanted to see how that was. Actually, that's for you and David, because y'all, everybody and Timmy, y'all all giving real answers for me, and y'all not giving me fluff. I don't like fluff. I do, but I don't. Speaking of fluff, Eagles, what's going on, Eagles?
No fluff here, brother.
Wow.
Y'all spent a lot of money. Y'all done made some moves. Jordan Davis looked like a mountain of a man. I seen a video of him pushing the lineman 10 yards back. Maybe that was,
15.
but you know what? That may not have been a starting lineman. That could have been like a rookie free agent. I don't know.
I
You
don't
want the
care.
facts?
I don't know. I want the facts. Give me the facts.
You want the facts? Okay, I'll stay right where you are. The situation with Jordan Davis, don't read into it too much because that was Cam Jurgens. So he pushed another rookie, the rookie center we drafted in the second round. That was him who he pushed back.
Oh, I mean, it's a second round pick, so wow. Crazy echo right now, but wow. Okay, all right. So that second round pick, he was going with Fellow. What was my man? What was the technique that he was using with the jump? Like, he was getting pushed and he kept like trying to jump up, and it was a weird. I didn't see the technique there, but you know. Hold on, let me see what's going on with the audio because we got some crazy feedback. Hold on one second. Give me a second to try to adjust this. I hate that's the thing with technology. It's great when it works, but it's not great when it doesn't. All right, let me try that. All right, testing. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully I don't hear the echo now. All right, so don't get overly excited is what you're telling me. All right, so don't get overly excited. Hold on a second. I don't know. Again, audio is giving us a feedback. I don't know why. Let's try one more thing. You know what? I got an idea. Give me 1 second, Steve. While I'm talking, while I'm fixing that, let Lamar talk. I'm trying to fix up my mute. Talk.
Go ahead, Al.
All right. So what I do like is that we had one of my favorite off seasons in a long time. Usually there's something that our GM leaves out of the equation when it talks about team needs on a year-to-year basis. But this year, Howie Roseman definitely checked all the boxes. Not saying that everything that we needed was covered, but all of our major needs was really, really taken care of. So I'm excited. I'm happy. When you look at the draft that we had, getting Jordan Davis, that's going to be a big addition. Getting our linebacker from Georgia in the third round, that's going to be another big addition. I'm hearing the feedback again. That's why I'm pausing.
Yeah, and I think it's me. I'm about to switch.
Mike's working on it. Keep going. He's working on
Actually,
it. Mike's on it.
Let me see if that was it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Lamar.
All right.
Sorry. Thank you, David.
So basically, like the off-season moves that Howie Roseman made this year, definitely has me excited. Like I said, it's one of the best off seasons that I think we had in a long time with all the additions that we added to the team. However, it all has to pan out on Sundays when the regular season starts. So I believe we are in a good position to win the NFC East. And I'm not trying to just brag on my team. But when you look at what happened around the rest of the NFC East, now the Cowboys was the NFC East winner last year, but they lost some key additions, and they're not getting better by subtraction. They're not going to be better by subtraction. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this. Y'all can quote me on this. And Giant fans, I know y'all usually think that I give y'all hate year after year. I see one problem with the New York Giants. That's the secondary. But other than that, I think they're going to be a surprise team. I think Dallas will be battling the New York Giants for second place in the NFC East. Because I believe that the Giants got the firepower and the tools offensively to be a problem for a lot of teams. But back to us, in which the question was about the additions, A.J. Brown at wide receiver, second year for Devontae Smith They're saying they're both looking good in camp. Jalen Hurts, his third season. This is a make it or break it year for him with all the tools that he has. But we got one of the best offensive lines in the league, hands down. Defensively up front, we should be better. Linebackers with Hassan Riddick, Kazir White, we should be better. They saying TJ Edwards looks good in camp, our middle linebacker. My number one concern, y'all remember me saying this when off season started. I wanted a corner. I was begging for the Eagles to get Gilmore.
Yep.
Because I knew he was the best corner on the market.
Who you dissed?
I wanted
Who
Gilmore.
you dissed 2 years ago?
Who I downplayed his accomplishments. Let's say that right, because he was playing in the AFC East. You know it's documented, Steve. But you can get on me for that one. But to make a long story short, without getting a corner, one of the biggest needs that I felt we needed, then we was able to pick up a cap casualty and getting James Bradbury from the New York Giants and putting him on the opposite side of Darius Slay. So I think our secondary is going to be 100 times better than it was last year. So I'm expecting big things, man. I'm expecting big things. I would be really disappointed if we don't win the division this year. That's all I'm gonna really be disappointed if we don't win the division.
Get ready for the disappointment.
Steve, how y'all let Bradbury go there, man?
Because he got toast almost every game last year.
I thought he
That's
had Bradbury
why.
Island.
Not because he got toast.
I like Bradbury, but I never said Bradbury was. Bro, trust me, if he didn't get toast the way he got last year, he wouldn't have been a cap casualty.
Keep it real, Steve. That's not why y'all let him go. Y'all didn't have the funds to hold on to him. And he freed up the most money.
Can I answer the man question? If he didn't get toast like he did last year, he wouldn't have been a cap casualty. He wouldn't have.
David,
your coach wanted to hold on to him. It's on record saying he did not want to let him go. It's on record.
He's a cap casualty because he got toast almost every game last year. It's documented.
Your coach didn't want him to go. Is that true?
I didn't see nothing about the ball wanting to keep him. I don't know where he get that from. I'm gonna say this. I get daily reports about the Giants every day, minute to minute. So I've never heard nothing about the ball wanting to keep James Bradbury. He might like them as a person, you know what I'm saying? But he got toast in every game last year. That's why he was a casualty. And you're talking to me about my Giants. Let me finish saying my stuff about my Giants because everybody always want to have an opinion about the Giants. And that's
you talk about my player. You talking about my player on the Eagles. So I got an opinion.
No, he asked me why we let him go.
So
he asked me why we let him go.
So let me go to you. Stay with you, Steve, for a second. So Lamar gave a whole breakdown of your whole division. I want to hear your breakdown. David, I hope your sound stuff is good. I hope you're live because I'm about to go to you after he's done. Break down how you think this NFC East is going to go, Steve, because he just broke it down.
Well, you ask me this question every year, and my answer is the same every year.
We're winning the division. Without biasness. Keep it real. Don't give me no bias.
I don't know how to be unbiased when it comes to my Giants. We're winning the division, and I believe that. We winning the division. Today is August the 11th. It's 9:14. My New York Football Giants are winning the division. What else am I supposed to say?
Not
he got confidence in his team.
We're winning the division.
Saying what you're supposed to say. So I ain't mad at you. You saying what you're supposed to say.
We're winning the division.
David,
he got confidence.
Thank you. I appreciate your confidence. I think you are crazy, but I appreciate your confidence.
We're winning the NFC East, and I'm gonna tell you. Asked me to break it down. Can I break it down?
I'll wait for you. You gotta give me because I need a real break it down. Because
that's the real thing. I really feel like we winning. We're winning the division. We're gonna be in first, in the division. We're going to let the Eagles and the Redskins figure out second place. Dallas going to be last in the division because, like Lamar said, there's no addition by subtraction. You can't lose key players, especially at the wide receiver position, skill position like that, and think that you're going to win a division. So Dallas going to be last in the division. I'll let the Eagles and the Redskins figure out who's going to be number 2. But we're winning the division hands down.
So this is based on Danny Dimes outperforming Dak Prescott, outperforming Jalen.
It's not about Danny Dimes outperforming Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts. Which, by the way, to me, Jalen Hurts going to show y'all why he's not it. Because I keep telling y'all, he's not a next level quarterback. I've been telling y'all that for 3 years. He's not a next level quarterback.
Wow.
He's not.
What is he? What has he done to not prove that?
It's not your goal.
Hold on. I gotta hear it. You need a rebuttal.
We don't need you to ride tail. That's all you do is ride tail.
I need a rebuttal.
Let me finish my synopsis.
What has he not done to prove that he's a quality quarterback?
He's not a next level quarterback, like I said.
I don't know.
What stats did you go? He took the Eagles to the playoffs.
You let me know when I can finish my
I'll
soliloquy.
let you know. Go ahead, David.
He was 3 in his rookie season. What has he not proven?
All right, go ahead.
And he did that with no talent. He has talent.
Interesting.
I want to know. Now he has talent.
You let me know when I can finish.
Like I understand.
I'm waiting for him to finish his thing, and then I'm coming to you.
I'm gonna let you go, but I'm just gonna say this. Tua might have took his job at Alabama, but right now he would take a job in the pros. He's a better quarterback than a lot of people give him credit for.
That's not saying much. That's not saying much.
All right, Stevenson, you answer that. That's a good.
I'm not answering that. I'm finishing my statement. You can't interrupt me. Think I'm gonna answer your question. I'm finishing my statement.
Well, when you finish your synopsis,
I don't have to explain myself to him.
He is a Raider fan. I mean, all right, so
I'll explain myself to him.
Sound like you ducking, but it's all
Way
right.
to duck. I'm glad you ducked on the show all
I'm not ducking nothing. I'm not ducking nothing. You asked me a question. I want to answer your question.
On this show.
You asked me a question. I want to answer your question.
You took a whole summer
You're the moderator. You're the moderator. He's not the moderator.
Go ahead.
Like I said, he hasn't done anything. He's not a next level quarterback. I don't believe in Jalen Hurts. So that's that. I don't believe in him. He does have talent on the offense, and Jordan Davis is my guy. I like Jordan Davis. I told Lamar that when they drafted him, and I said that to all of y'all before they drafted him, that I like the Jordan Davis. Now, so I do like that. I do like Jordan Davis. But I'll let the Eagles again and the Redskins figure out who's going to be in second. We're going to be first, and it's not about
A.J. Brown signing being a significant.
That's dope. That's dope. But his quarterback is not a next level quarterback. So,
Steve,
AJ,
can I
AJ,
can I say this,
I'm
Steve?
going to finish without people
Hold
interrupting.
on, Al, let him finish. Go ahead, Steve. We can't
You talked about my team, though.
But he asked me a question. You gave your breakdown about the NFC East. I'm giving
meat and potatoes. Go ahead.
Let him go.
Yeah,
Let
I did
him
it
go.
quickly,
I'm done. Let him go. I'm done. I'm not getting to the meat and potatoes because I keep getting cut off.
You got to know how to listen. You got to know how to.
Go ahead. Let him go. Let him go.
Steve, you're not done. I just want to bounce something back to you. I'm bouncing something back to you. You're not done. You're not done. What I honestly feel is I don't think Daniel Jones is in no different situation than Jalen Hurts.
And you might be
right. So the same thing you saying about my quarterback, the same thing applies to yours.
And you absolutely right. I said that though. I said that about my quarterback. I said that about my quarterback. So I don't disagree with you there.
Okay, interesting.
So I think they're both in a proven situation.
David, let me shut up.
Hey,
but here's the difference.
Look,
here's the difference.
Let me help y'all out with this new season of how we do it. It's double Dutch. You never seen double Dutch? And you see how they jump in? You gotta
not
jump
double
in.
Dutch.
Jump in. I got
It's
you.
not double Dutch. It's cut Steve off when it's his go and have an opinion
everybody
always on Steve's team.
When you
And
make
everybody
a
could
statement,
sack
I
rock.
give everybody, if you make a declaration,
Nah,
if I
it's
say,
not.
yo, the Raiders are overrated and I don't break that down, expect me to break it down. You got to call me on it. Like, you got to expect that. You can't
At
make
least
that.
let the man finish first.
All right, I got you.
We sat here and let Lamar break down the division. As soon as I got to break, because he agreed with Lamar, nobody interrupted. As soon as I got a chance to start trying to break down the division, I got interrupted.
All you said, let me tell you your breakdown.
My wife and daughter is home. I gotta go.
In the beginning was
my wife and daughter is home. I gotta go.
I'm gonna let Washington and the Eagles fight for second. You ain't
because I never got a chance to break it down why. But my wife and daughter is home. I gotta go. Y'all have a good night.
All right, man. All right.
Later,
yo. So if we look at now, I guess it's on my guys. It's now it's on me. So y'all touched on it last week. We've been in the news for a minute now. Debo's signed. Thank goodness he's officially back. I like what I see. And actually, him holding out helped Ayuk. Ayuk looks fantastic, and man, he looked good. Like, and kid, right now he looks really good. So I'm hoping we stay healthy. Can I tell y'all this? I'm gonna say this on the air right now. It is now August 11th, right? This team, talent-wise, is way better than the team last year that went to the NFC Championship. I'm letting y'all know.
I don't agree.
I'm telling you.
I don't agree. How could you say that?
We got.
How could you say that?
I'll tell you right now. Our defensive line got upgraded. Like, a lot of the guys are not big names, but in terms of the plug and play that we use in our scheme, they fit perfectly. I give you what's his name? Amici from Arizona. Remember, he was like a top 10 pick. He was projected to be top 10. He got hurt and had some issues, but with us, guess what? He gonna learn from Bosa. He gonna learn from Armstead. He gonna learn. So, bro, when we put him in there and he hungry because he got something to prove, I was thrilled when we signed him. Not only him, but it's a couple of other players. But our secondary, I'll say this also, is an upgrade from last year. We were getting toasted last year. Ward coming in has been competing to where our receivers are like every day they're literally giving him props because they're like, yo, he's a really good corner. Now, I know you got a hamstring issue that just happened this week, unfortunately, but in terms of talent, he's better than Mosley. So he's pushing Mosley. Verrett is back, and then we still got the young guy, Thomas, Ambry Thomas. I like what we have. Now, we lost, the Eagles went and snatched our safety that dropped the biggest pass probably in history for us. Have him. He did what he did for us, and, I'm glad that he's there. But Hufanga is really nice, and I'm good with either him or Moore at our safety. So they battle it out. Jimmy Ward, this is his breakout year. So overall, my main concern is our offensive line. Not our secondary, not our linebackers, not our D-line, not our receivers, not our running back, our offensive line, not even Trey. I think Trey gonna be an upgrade from Jimmy just because he actually will take a shot deep. And remember, our offense wasn't throwing deep. We only throw 5-yard passes. We led the league in run after catch. So he don't have to be throwing 60-yard bombs like they may think. So for me, offensive line is my biggest concern. Not Trent Williams. He's a staple. But outside of that, everything else is questionable. Aaron Banks, definitely watching him to see how he play out. And that's my breakdown of my Niners, man. Y'all do by all means. If y'all notice, y'all know what y'all think.
Listen. I don't know your defense like that. I don't know your corners and all of the stuff that you just put on display. Y'all consistently have a good defense year after year after year. Y'all playing a tough division, and y'all coaches consistently bang out defensive units that hold their own in the tough division. That's not the concern. The concern is in which you really tattled around. Is your quarterback? It has to be. This is Trey Lance's first year as full-time starter. He had a couple of games last year, but he hasn't really been thrown into the fire. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot different than what you saw last year from him than what you're going to see this year when all teams is game planning for him and he's dealing with these blitzes and a whole bunch of coverage in the second. Trey Lance is the biggest key factor to y'all being successful or not being successful. You believe in him, that's a good thing. But I'm saying, to me, your situation is no different at quarter. Well, I gotta say, you should have more concern about your quarterback than the Giants, the Eagles, definitely not the Raiders. They're not even in this category. But not having Jimmy G, who consistently took y'all to the playoffs, and moving on from him and going with a second-year quarterback who only played 2 games, I mean, that should draw some concern if I was a Niner fan. But you believe in him, we shall see.
Agreed. Go ahead, Dave. Let's see your thing up.
Here go the thing with the Niners. I'm not even a Giants fan, but I'm going to say this. Seattle secondary has downgraded. Arizona's still trying to figure out secondary, right? So he's going to have those 1 or 2 games where he's going to be able to go out there and play game manager role. What Mike didn't say was this, and he tried to hide it. If you want to beat the Niners this year, everybody, here go the only thing you have to do. Blitz from the right side. They have the worst out of the offensive line in the league. They right side of the line, and it's horrible. Horrible. If you want to beat the Niners, blitz from the right.
Don't tell nobody. That's what
I
do like.
And on top of that, David, the defending champs is in their division, and they got better. So you're going to have to go through them.
I don't know if they got better.
They got Bobby Wagner.
Everybody keeps.
They got Robinson at wide receiver.
That's an upgrade.
Everybody keeps telling me to
and everybody else is back on defense.
Their secondary's not that great outside of Ramsey. Let's be honest. Just so y'all know. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Their secondary outside of Ramsey is not
great. I agree. And y'all have a tendency to hang with them no matter what year it's been. But again, that was with Jimmy. That was with Jimmy. We don't know what Trey's gonna be able to do, man.
Yeah, I get the argument though. I get it, and I get the concern. I just feel like because of him having legs where he can move, I feel like that might help us out. All right, go ahead, Tim.
Y'all have to be ready for the opening season when y'all have Trey Lance on y'all team as a quarterback. If not, teams that's gonna be playing against y'all, they're gonna rip you apart if you're not careful.
So hopefully nobody in the NFL ever comes across this video of David literally pointing out our biggest weakness, because that would be really bad, because he's absolutely accurate. Our right side is vulnerable. And Timmy, I get it. Trey has there's not much film to go by, which is good, because they won't be able to game plan to probably week 6 or so. You know what I'm saying? So
not even.
They got 2 games from last year.
Yeah, it's a couple. The Texans game is the only one that he really played significantly in, and he threw for 200 and something yards and like 2 touchdowns in that game. So he looked horrible in the first half because he kept locking on receivers and was getting killed and holding the ball too long. He didn't do that the second half. Remember, you're coming out of college, NFL game is a different speed. Now is the guy. No more looking over your shoulder. Debo's back. Ayuk then stepped up. And y'all keep forgetting we got the best tight end in the league.
One of the best.
And we still got Juwan Jennings as our third receiver. Just want to be, listen. And we ain't done. We still got McDonald. Listen, we doing all right. So I like what we got. But Trey is definitely the X factor. But more than Trey, that offensive line on the right side, woo, got me sweating, boy. Got me sweating. So I don't know. But yeah, so that's a breakdown of our teams. Timmy, you said it's the Washington Commanders, aka
The
the
kamikazes.
Kamikazes. Actually, he probably. Well, no, that's. I was thinking they could have kept that name.
What about the Washington Commanders?
Yeah, what was
What'd
you
he
were
say?
saying, Tim?
Huh?
What were you saying about the Washington?
Oh, they had a meme of Cobra Commander from GI Joe dressed in red,
Oh, okay. That was what. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
and
okay.
I was cracking up.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
They should have them as their mascot.
they need something because Commanders roll out ain't gonna do it. That's just. I'm still waiting for it to stick, and it hasn't stuck yet. I've been doing it for a couple months now. Roll. It don't have the same feel to it. So good luck to the Commanders and all Commander fans that's rocking that very basic looking name and uniform. Congratulations to y'all. Other NFL news that we have is we got to take a little bit of a shift. We do have to address the elephant in the room that doesn't apply to us, but with Deshaun Watson's situation, David, I'm gonna start with you because you usually be knowing all the intricacies and ins and outs of this particular situation. What's gonna happen with him? Is he gonna be suspended for the whole year? Are they gonna go and sign Jimmy from us? Because I know that's talks now. What do you see happening for Deshaun, and what is the backlash the league is gonna get, regardless of what decision they make?
Okay, so that
Look like he froze.
Just when you was good, oh, there you go. You was back a second ago. It's
you know,
just
the NFL had to save. The NFL had to save face, right? They didn't like the suspension. They knew it was going to be a PR nightmare. So they essentially said, okay, let's just go ahead and figure out a way to get him suspended for the year. My biggest question with all of this is you didn't even have to bring in an arbitrator. You could have just did it before. Yes, it would have made making Goodell look worse because he has to come in and say, oh, well, I'm doing the right thing. You could do the right thing 2.5 months ago and called this a day. I don't care if he did it or not, or if he didn't do it or not. We never know because of all the NDAs that was filed on his behalf, as well as the Texans filing the NDAs for 30 people. So we'll never know. We'll never know was he wrong or was he not wrong. But it's just time to move from that. And that he's getting punished, right? The Browns are getting punished. I still want to know why the Texans aren't getting punished. This is the biggest thing about it that's bothering me.
no idea.
What I do understand from the Texans is that they also settled about 20 to 24 cases with them women individually, aside from Deshaun Jackson. I'm sorry, Deshaun Watson. Yeah, so they settled themselves as a team.
They settled 30. Now it wasn't 24. They settled 30.
More.
Which brings to light that there was cases or possible cases. So they allowed this nightmare to go, and they provide with the non-disclosure form. So why are they not being punished in the math? That's a big.
Wow, is he so? And y'all know, y'all go back when the whole allegations came out. I was like, it looked real suspect. It looked real funny. 30 cases, man. Good jeez. Is he a predator? This is like predatory behavior, Deshaun. Like real talk, man. If they're 30, it's hard to argue. But the surprising thing is, we had a president that had more cases than this. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna leave that there. And he's
now. Here's the thing about the NFL.
You can't talk about it, but I'm just saying. And again, all I'm saying is, I don't understand how that works, man. So like 30, yikes. So is he playing any game right now? What is it? An 8-game suspension? Where is he at right now, Lamar? What is it looking like for him?
Right now, what's in play is the 6-game suspension, which just got with the word I'm looking for. With Roger Goodell, they appealed. It just got appealed.
Appeal.
Yeah.
So that's going to be hanging up because that actually can go to court. So now I don't know if the 6-game suspension is still going to go into effect. I believe that's what's going to happen. And then after it gets arbitrated and they come out with a new amount of games, then they will throw those games on top of what he already served. But I just want to talk about this aspect. I mean, I don't feel bad for the Cleveland Browns because they went ahead, signed him, gave him a guaranteed contract, fully guaranteed, understanding all that was hovering over this quarterback in the scenario. And then they thought they were in clear streets once everything went down. And now they find themselves in the same boat. They got rid of Baker. And now Deshaun possibly can be suspended longer than the 6 games. And now they're looking for another quarterback. So
where did Baker go?
You got to do your research.
Where did Baker end up going? Is he still a free agent or he went somewhere?
Baker is Baker about to win the starting job in Carolina.
Got you.
He's with the Panthers.
That. Okay. All right. Congrats to him. Wow. Oh, so he got a starting job over there. I'm assuming
not yet, but it's believed that he'll win it.
It's between him.
Go ahead, D.
Right?
Yeah.
He's an up Sam Donald.
And PJ Walker. Walker. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. The report now that I'm seeing is that Deshaun Watson would accept an 8-game suspension and pay a $5 million fine. That's what the reports are saying right now. $5 million fine, 8-game suspension, and let this go away. Is that a fair enough trade? Y'all feel like for him to be able to come back and play this year without that hanging over his head? If he
it might be. It's fair.
Settlement. My bad. That's a fine. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not whether or not he accepts that. The NFL has to worry about the PR of when females are walking into the Cleveland Browns stadium and he's walking out of that tunnel as the starting quarterback. So they have to. I'm telling y'all, they have to suspend him for a year or indefinitely and show and save face. They have to. They have to. They want it
last year, though. So he gonna be out of football another year?
He did that to himself last year. He did that to himself last year. He was not suspended. He chose to sit out last year.
Okay.
Right.
So, it's funny because I'm looking at in front of me. There's footage of him signing autographs at training camp. The people don't seem to be bothered by it. He in his Cleveland uniform. He's signing all Cleveland stuff, and the fans are loving it. They're looking past.
He's scheduled to start tomorrow or Saturday. I think the game is either tomorrow. He's scheduled to start, so he's supposed to be playing.
Man.
Now here's the thing.
Go ahead, Tim.
It happened to an NFL player one time. He started playing in the preseason, but when the season started, he got suspended.
I think I know where you're going. Go ahead. I know.
So there's a revolving door happening. Now, my NFL's concern is
what player was that, Tim?
They protecting the shield.
Who was the person? Who was the player? You gotta put it out there. You mentioned it.
Most likely,
How you gonna state the fact that
there's a certain NFL player. That's all I'm gonna say. Nothing major.
He had the
I had to give it to you. You can't make that statement. It's not back. Who is it? Just tell us.
So what if I get whacked?
Go ahead, make your point. Go ahead. Yo.
Try to get my mean potatoes out here arguing.
Tonight. Steve gotta know it with me. Timmy.
Shut up!
We back. We back in the building. Go ahead.
I will say this. when he does the field tomorrow, it will give the NFL a better idea on how to handle this. If he walks out there to a ton of boo and they throwing crap on the field, and the NFL, hey, we got to go ahead and pull the curtain on this. If he walks out there to cheers and jeers, and they could possibly say, maybe a year is too. So whenever he does start this preseason game, the NFL some type of range on what to expect with the dealing of Deshaun Watson. And that's sad to say, but that's the truth.
So I don't want to judge him without knowing any. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. But man, when the commissioner comes out and says your behavior was egregious, whatever the term was, and predatory and everything wrong with it, that's a big thing, man. So yeah, PR nightmare is awaiting them if they,
getting an echo again.
That's David's. That's always David. So David, I mute you in between combos so we don't get that echo. Okay. When you got
that might have been Timmy.
Let's see.
He dropped out.
Could have been.
I hear you clear now.
Testing. Oh, I don't hear it. Might have been Tim. Tim got annoyed.
Okay.
Tim, I love you, Tim, but you can't make that. You gotta listen. We talking about a player and his public thing that he going through. If there's somebody else that went through something similar, Ben Roethlisberger, you need to mention that person. That's all I'm saying. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. So again, I have to mention him just because we remember his situation. Does anybody remember it now? And then let's stop right there. Because we not going to give, one thing Fanatics does not do is give passes. And I'm going to say why. Robert Kraft had a whole video.
FBI and everybody involved.
A sting operation, whole video. Where is that at now? So and I'm not giving a pass to Deshaun. I don't know the man personally. Deshaun, if you're guilty, and it sounded like you are of something, you got to listen. You got to answer for that. All I'm saying is Robert Kraft had video. There's no evidence as far as I know with Deshaun. Has there been any evidence outside of the conversations?
Word against word with him.
Right. So word against word with him, not giving him a pass. Trust me again, no pass. But what I'm saying is, Kraft, there was straight evidence. Notice what I said. Was evidence. FBI, sting operation, sex trafficking, and you get caught in the middle of that and it's nothing existing now? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's all I'm
Mike,
saying.
can I say something?
By all means, I'm done. I might get in trouble for that from the billionaires, but guess what? We independent. I ain't worried about y'all. Go ahead, Lamar.
Dave, real quick. I know you wanted to comment too. See, that's the wild card that the players union have over the NFL, and that's why I don't think that they're going to suspend Watson for a whole year. I think they're trying to find a happy medium to try to appease the people. So 6 was too less, but they won a year. But I think they understand that if they give them such a harsh penalty, then the players union is going to come back and say, okay, well, what about all these owners? Because you've been light on them. And a lot of these owners been getting in trouble and they haven't been penalized. They're not being given. They're not being put in a situation where they got to give up their team. So we see there's a different standard here. So you're going light on the owners, but you're going hard on the players. So they're going to have to come up with a happy medium to appease all parties. So that's all I wanted to say. Because when you brought out Robert Kraft, that's the other side of the coin that no one really is talking about. Go ahead, David. I know you had your hand up.
I know you're a big supporter of the owners. I know it's documented on this show. You have put it in the fence a lot of times.
Supporter of the owners. I'm not as a owners, but I'm a realist. Guess what the players are under that the owners are not under? They're under a contract. The owners are contract. They don't have to answer to anybody else other than the other 32 owners. And they talk about it and they what happened, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it, Jim. I got it. And they make it go away, and that's it. These players that are on the field in the spotlight, because the owners are never in the spotlight. These players that are on the field in the spotlight, whatever crime, whatever action they do is going to be scrutinized by everybody. We wouldn't know who Robert Kraft is if the Patriots don't win Super Bowls, but he's a billionaire. We don't know who your owner is, but he's a billionaire. I know who Jeff Lurie is, but whatever goes to whatever they do, they're not signed to a contract. They are the bosses. You're not going to go in and say, "Oh, boss, you're wrong." You're going to be fired the next day.
Yeah, but what happened? But I thought even bosses still have to abide by the laws of the land in terms of criminal activity. If you get
not when you got $1 billion, not when you got $1 billion and a dollar lawyer.
I don't know, man.
Nah, it has to be something so outrageous to where the players in the public out. Remember in the NBA, an owner lost his team, the Clippers. Omer, when he got caught on tape, using that the N-word, racist, making racist remarks. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that on the air.
I know we got
but ninjas. Owners can be penalized.
Richardson lost the Carolina Panthers in paper. So yes, it has to be under extremely hard circumstances.
I think Robert Kraft's situation was on that type of level.
It was, dude. It was a sting. They had been monitoring that for a minute.
It was a sting that he was not aware of, and then to do something else. He didn't know about the sex trafficking part of it. So hey,
how would he know what take place there if he not a Robert Kraft? Your money is long, sir. You are able to
money, and lawyers.
Delete, nowhere to be found. So listen. All I'm saying is this: if we're looking at the actions of players, even though David is absolutely right, owners don't have to answer to players, but owners still got to answer to law enforcement. That's what I'm saying. This situation ain't even football related with Deshaun Watson. This is some creepy behavior. First of all, you're an NFL player, not an ugly young man. Dude, why are you going through this? Like, what? You got masseuses everywhere you go. You're booking masseuses everywhere you go. I'll say this. I've had a massage before. I don't know if any of y'all ever had. Not from your wife. I'm talking about like just a massage. It's an intimate thing where they in the tissues and all of that. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, it makes you feel comfortable. You get comfortable, and maybe you misread signs, but 30 people you misread signs with?
You don't 30 signs. Cut it out.
Not 30 times, bro.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah. I call anybody guilty because once again, we don't know.
We don't know.
One time, two times, 20, 30 times.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm not going to say it.
You got a taste.
I'm not going to say it.
And you felt, again, not saying he did, but I'm giving them. If it was, he tried it, and it's like, oh, I'm able to do this. I'm just gonna do this going forward, and that's a dangerous thing because that's taking advantage of, it's just not right. So, man, like you said, 6 games, is that enough? 8 games, is that enough? No, but key thing is there's no evidence. I mean, I guess still on the allegations, they have to do something really.
My guess is gonna be 10.
Wow.
I think they're gonna come back with 10.
I'm gonna say
that,
I'm gonna,
that's the part that still bothers me, right? Listen, he's paying for his actions. The Cleveland Browns are paying for their actions. The Tennessee Texans, who gave him the age, when are they going to pay for actions? Nobody's bringing that up, and I'm tired of that part not being brought up. When are the Texans not going to pay for his actions? The Texans gave him to room to think that this was okay. They provided the hotel he was getting the massages in. They gave him the non-disclosure forms and said, "Hey, have them sign these before you start."
Wow.
Look that up though. I think they did something. I think they did do something, Dave.
I remember them doing a settlement.
I think they did settlements.
Settled with some people.
And I think they did they're donating money towards. They donated like money towards women's rights or something to that nature. I'm not quoting it correctly, but they supported some advocacy, like what most teams do after they have a situation that happens. Now they want to fund and support whatever it is, wherever the offense is. They want to be anti this, anti that.
So Lamar, y'all, I don't think y'all getting it. The Miami Dolphins just lost picks and freaking had to pay $2 million tampering. These guys helped a man. These guys helped a man possibly break the law, and there's no talk about fines for the Texans.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So, do you feel like Deshaun Watson has like damaged the relationship between the NFL, PA, and the NFL? Like, what do you feel like that relationship is like now?
It's the golden rule, Mike. I was gonna say this. It's the golden rule. If he gets out on that field, whenever he gets on that field, and he performs, and they win games, it'll be forgotten quick. Let me tell you, I have an example in my team's history. Michael Vick, dog fighting. I mean, went to jail, served the penalty for his crimes. Joined the team. There was people protesting outside of Philadelphia, burning jerseys, said I'll never watch an Eagles game again. Mike Vick got the start when Kevin Cobb went down. Led the Eagles to the playoff, was comeback player of the year. Now everybody loves him again. Got $1 million, $100 million contract. So if you win and if you play well, it makes people forget very quickly.
Wow.
And I'm not downplaying anything that transpired, but I'm just saying that's just the way of the game. If you win games and if you perform well, people will forget and they'll move on.
Had to give it to you. You nailed that, buddy. Good, great example. Because I thought he served way too much time for that. He wasn't even there. Crazy. Crazy. So, so that's the situation with that. Tom Brady is what, 52 years old now, still playing. I'm muting you, David, because of the echo. Tom Brady's back. Julio Jones. What y'all think? Julio Jones, Tom Brady, Evans, David, you like it? Are you scared? Are you nervous? Lamar, NFC, should we be worried?
Let me explain something to you. Not only is he older than everybody older than Lamar, but he's older than me. Not only is he the oldest quarterback and playing right now, but his weapons are old too. Like, I love Jones. I don't fear him anymore. Russell Gage is already dealing with a hamstring injury. The offensive line is depleted through the free agency and retirement. This is not the good old boy days where you can have that many early injuries and that many old people. The game's and young. I'm not saying that they're going to be bad because this is Tom Brady. He is a GOAT. But they're going to be fun in a good division, go to the playoffs and get stomped. Like, let's cut it out.
So you not drinking that Kool-Aid? No, you not sold.
And they got offensive line problems very early. They lost their primary center.
Yeah.
Why are they trying to make it sound like Fournette is like 270 now?
I mean, he always come out 245, small guy, but he's not 250. He actually looks really good in shape. I just watched on that other network that I'm not going to mention on here. And I mean, he looks big, but it's a sound big on there. He was running well. They still got Keyshawn Vaughn, who they drafted last year. So, I mean, he's not going to be, if he comes in underweight and they're going to struggle, their run game is going to struggle. No. Line issue and Julio Jones, I'm sorry, sometimes it's just Tom Brady. It's a career. Like, unless they can finish it. I wanted them. I'm too, but then I started thinking, I'm like, yo, you're not 4-3 anymore. You don't Monday through Friday, and we trying to build a new type of culture in Vegas. So I'm like, hey, go with Tom and chase that ring. It's gonna sound good, but the NFC is not as weak as it is.
For everyone on this panel, Julio Jones would just be an accessory on our team because we all got wide receivers.
Wow, an accessory. I wanted him, but then I'm looking like he just wouldn't have. I didn't see the explosion that I'm used to. I mean, I thought for sure Kyle was gonna kick the tires, but he didn't do it. I was like, wow, surprised by that. Are you guys feeding in? David, I'm gonna unmute you. Hopefully the echo will go away. Are you guys feeding into any of the struggles that the Patriots offense has been having during training camp? Is there cause for concern? Should they be worried with Belichick and this pedestrian-looking offense, or it's just training camp? Don't worry about it. They know how to bounce back.
Well, first, like everybody else, we keep talking about on this show, reason they Shaq Mason to Tampa Bay, so they're gonna have to work on their offensive line. When you lose a brilliant guy like Josh McDaniels, you're gonna lose some of that zest and pulling. What Belichick needs to do is humble himself nice and say, "This guy is my offensive coordinator of offense." He has two former head coaches. Joe Judge has a little bit more offensive experience than Patricia Knowles' offense. Obviously being a head coach in Detroit and being an offensive line for the Patriots last year, assistant offensive line coach. Just pick one and let them run it. You run that defense and oversee everything. I think he's hard right now because he's trying to overextend himself. So just pick an OC, figure out who, and just move on. But the Patriots are always the Patriots. Even last year, they found a way to sneak into the playoffs. So they'll be fine. I pay no mind to he's in Matt Jones looking rusty.
Why y'all still late? You know Belichick is not the one driving that ship. You know McDaniels was offensively. Why y'all take that man from him? All them years he been there.
Look, it was time for him to coach again. His first job in Denver, horrible. He did it to us. Came out and admitted, I made mistakes. Yeah, I made mistakes. Alienated play. Said Jay Cutler. I alienated Jay Cutler. I'm not going to do this time. I'm going to go in there and just coach. As far as taking him away from the Patriots, when he left the first time to take that Denver gig, the Patriots were still a playoff team. So Belichick doesn't know how to coach both sides of the ball. He just needs to be the overall coach, just be heavily involved in the offense as well as the defense and the special teams grow. Those are the same coaches that used to get NFL coaching jobs from you are not even getting a chance to coach you right now because he's trying to stretch himself to prove a point. You don't have nothing to prove. You're the greatest coach in the NFL, probably in sports. Let them guys do their coordinating job, and that way you can have more control and more focus. He's too focused on everything right now. That's a bad thing for him.
And he's like 70. I don't think you need to be doing double duty at 70 years old. So, like, I don't know. Go ahead, Lamar. Let me get your thoughts on the Patriots and what you see. Or you like, man, I don't care about the Patriots. What's your thoughts with their little early struggles right now and Matt Jones and all of that?
I really don't care, but I'll say this: I don't expect them to be in the top of their division. I expect them to be in the bottom for those reasons that David mentioned. And when you look around the rest of the AFC East, everybody's good, man. Buffalo is good. Miami definitely will be better with the additions that they made offensively. And defensively, they were a decent football team, Miami. And then when you look at the Jets, man, the Jets, they might be better than they were last year. So the New England Patriots might be contending with the New York Jets for either third place in that division, because I believe Miami and Buffalo is going to be better than them. So we shall see. We shall see.
He said that, David, he said the Jets. I don't know.
Listen, Mike, when we first started watching football, I'm going way back. We in the 80s, New England was at the bottom of the division year after year after year after year. We might be making a return to that. Their reign might be over. There's a new king in town in the AFC East, and that king might be Buffalo.
That's yeah, Buffalo. I mean, they lost a big chunk of what they do, but yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I guess so. I guess so. And you mentioned AFC East. I'm gonna say Miami is probably the fastest team in football right now. I don't know if y'all paid attention to that.
Yes.
Miami offense is fast. Mustard, Tyreek Hill, you got
Jalen Waddle.
Like they're fast offensively. So just so y'all know, they are not. So if Tua can play anywhere near what he can, like we know he's capable of, they gonna have a man. Listen, and I'm missing players. I'm just going off the top of my head. I know they still got other players, but they're fast. They are fast. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So watch out for Miami. I think they can make some noise, man. They got the speed to do some damage out there. I don't think they'll take the range from Buffalo, but I think they might be competing for that second spot, man. Remember, it's here, it's documented. August 11th.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me keep looking, David. I'm gonna unmute you, but I gotta keep muting you just because of your, like I said, your echo. When I talk, it's always the echo thing. So I do mute you in between. So aside from that, Patrick Mahomes, he's lost his key guy. Is Juju gonna have his Juju? Is he gonna be able to make him just be like, I don't miss Tyreek at all? Or what do y'all anticipate? David, you're an AFC guy. You know Kansas City very well. What you think?
Kansas City is still going to be tough. They're still going to be 11 to 12 win team. I still got to finish in 1 or 2, either us or them, in the AFC West. You could say Tyreek Hill, and he is special. I will never just discount him. But you got McCole Harmon, who could do the same thing, similar things, not the same things. You got Scantling, who they got from Green Bay, 6'3", runs a 4.3. You got Sky Moore, the rookie, and they have the best offensive line in the AFC West. Everybody in the AFC West has bad offensive lines, but they have the best offensive line in the AFC. So Malone, he's going to protection out of the quarterback group in the AFC. And Andy Reid is just a genius. You can take anybody away from Andy Reid to find a way to figure it out offensively. So they're going to be perfectly fine. I got them finishing 12-5 or 11-6, 1 or 2 in the AFC West.
Lamar, are you over the fact that Andy Reid is not with y'all anymore? Does it still haunt you to this day?
No, I'm good. I'm good. The year we got our Super Bowl, then he got his after us. So I'm good. I'm good. Not a problem.
I respect it. I respect it. All right.
If
So,
I could say one thing
yeah,
though,
by all means,
if Brother Terrence was on this line tonight, he would have been like, "Hold your horses, Joker." When David said that
hold on,
that
Chief. Hold on, Chief. You snap sucker. Hold on. I swear that's like an
but
80-year-old man in his body. I promise you.
but Kansas
Nah,
City, I don't think loses anything. Kansas City didn't lose anything. If anything, they lost one superstar wide receiver. But now Patrick Mahomes got, I think, more options to throw to. So he got more. He got a better tree of receivers to throw to, as opposed to having one superstar guy and another fast guy. Now he has a complement to go along with Kelsey and all of the other weapons that was already there. Because they added two guys.
Receivers equate to a Tyreek Hill, though, productivity-wise.
I agree.
No, but they make. No, but they make the scheme more open. He doesn't have to worry about.
You got to cover more areas of the football field.
You know, he doesn't have to worry about forcing it to Tyreek Hill, waiting for a special weapon. And on top of that, I got Kelsey projected to lead the league in receptions now. Like, seriously, he's gonna get more targets. Don't be surprised if he's the first tight end to finish with 125 catches.
No arguments there from me. I believe he definitely.
My guy almost did that a couple of years ago. Well, he ain't my guy no more. But you gotta remember Zach Ertz. He had a big year for a tight end about 3 seasons ago. Was almost near 120.
Nobody talk about those Zach Ertz, man. Zach Ertz ain't even talking about Zach Ertz. I mean, he's still in he went with the Cardinals, right? So
he's in Arizona.
In Arizona, he probably the third best tight end in that division now, so it's all good. But he was productive with you. I guess I never liked him because his name just sounded like trash to me. I just don't. I like players with certain names. Zach Ertz. Sound like an accountant or something. I don't know. Sound different, but he was productive. He was productive. All right. So let me see, man. In regards to, we went over the Giants. We went over the NFC East. We went over AFC. I know he's not on here to defend his Denver, but David. They got black people, they got black folks and ownership. They're setting a standard for the NFL that the other teams ain't keeping up with. The Denver Broncos, listen, they trying to build something over there. Should you be worried? Listen, they handle it in the boardroom and on the field. What you think?
Denver is loaded, but the whole division is loaded. But I think the most holes out of the 4 teams, right? I like their receiving core. I like their backfield. Their offensive line is worse out of the 4 teams in the AFC West. Their defensive line, they went and stole Jones from y'all. Good move, but they gave up Shelby. Chubbs hasn't been doing anything really since his rookie year. So what are he gonna bring? The secondary and linebacking core is nice. Don't sleep on their young linebackers because they all hard. But I think most inferior team and a great AFC West.
Wow. It's documented.
But even saying that, and this is but even saying that, I still have them going 9-8 or 10-7. I like, don't be shocked if all 4 teams in the AFC West go to the playoffs.
Lamar,
don't be shocked. I'm telling
you. That's going to be really difficult because for that to happen, then you're counting out every other division from having a wild card team. And when you look at what's going on in it. We just talked about Miami in the AFC East, and we know Buffalo's going to be there. So that's two teams there. And look at the what is it? The North. You got Cincinnati. They're not going to have a drop off. You got you got Baltimore. A lot of people believe in Baltimore to have a big year this year.
Had Lamar
So
not gotten hurt, yeah.
Right, and we don't know what's gonna happen with Cleveland. So with some other teams still in the AFC, man. AFC is a loaded division. You know what I mean? And then when you get to Tennessee might fall off because their receiver we stole from them. But I mean, there's still some other teams out there in the AFC. The AFC is loaded. It's going to take a lot, to happen for all four of them teams to make the playoffs from the West. And y'all gonna beat up on each other. So I don't see that happening. It's gonna be hard to predict who's gonna be first. That's the hardest division to figure out for me because, like I said, everybody got good. Everybody got better. So,
but here go the thing, and this is, and this is what I keep telling everybody, right? Do you think Miami, even though they have upgraded, has the ability to win 11 games? Schedule?
No, I don't believe that.
Buffalo, 11 games. Okay, so out of the picture, Baltimore with their lack of receiving core and their secondary, because the rookie from Notre Dame is not playing well, by the way, in practice, and it's been being documented. Peters coming back from injury.
Practice.
Practice. So Baltimore, I don't see Baltimore with the ability to have 11 wins. I do with the Colts and the Tennessee Titans. I think the Titans are still good, right? So maybe one of those two. Pittsburgh is 2-3 years behind now, and that's so sad to say because that franchise is always competitive. We might have 3 to 4 teams. 4 is reaching it, but there might be 3 to 4 teams that come out of the AFC West.
And 3, I see that strongly as a possibility. 3, I see that strongly.
And here go the thing. Us and Denver play. We played the Niners late in the season, but we played the Cardinals during the nuke suspension. So that's a W. Seattle was a W. We played the NFC West. So I think every team in the AFC West is getting 3 of those out of the NFC West because the NFC West is not like it was last year. Well, last year they was the best division. This year they down a peg or 2. It might be hunting the NFC West. No disrespect. But I look at our schedule and I look at the Chargers schedule and I look at the Broncos schedule. The Broncos might be the weak link, but they're going to finish with double-digit wins. You might see all 4 of them sneak in there.
Let me switch gears on my sleeper team. Marcus Mariota in Atlanta, I like what I'm seeing. Now, I like him there. I'm telling y'all. I told y'all he should have been a starter last year for somebody. Lo and behold, he is the starter in Atlanta. I like him in Atlanta. Keep an eye, again, the young boy, Frank Darby. We know Pitts is nice. Frank Darby is doing pretty well in camp. I think he's going to move into maybe that third receiver, and he's going to end up elevating, and they're not going to miss. Somehow somebody going to step up, and they're not going to miss Julio. I'm just going to say that. But, yeah, man, Marcus Mariota, I called it last year for you. I'm right. Prove me right, man. Prove me right.
I'm not calling them my sleeper team, but I like all of the talent in Atlanta. I like Tiger, running back they got from BYU. I love the receiver that they got from USC. They not this year, but next year when they get a little bit more pieces, offensive line, defensive line, get rid of that big contract that they got from their linebacker side safety. Atlanta is going to be one of those teams that you're going to have to worry about. I actually have Ty Ellinger as the rookie of the year because he's going to wind up getting carries from Cordell Patterson. and he's not fast, but he has a toughness to him. Well, I'm a fan, obviously. He has a toughness to him that's unreal. So that's my dark horse for rookie of the year. Dark horse team is not a dark horse team because they were the number 1 seed in the AFC last year. The Tennessee Titans are going to break through this wall eventually. I'm scared of them as my dark horse team. I'm scared of them upsetting a lot of people because what they do with that D lineman and that D line and that depth that they got back there. And Jeffrey Simmons is one of the most underrated people that nobody talks about as a defensive tackle, by the way.
Nobody talks about it.
And Verbal is one of the coaches that nobody gives respect to. They're gonna break that wall eventually and cause havoc in the playoffs.
I like that. Lamar, who is your dark horse team now that the season's here, draft's over? Who is it that you think, you know what? They're a sleeper right there.
I'm going to go out on a limb with this one. I'm going to really go out on a limb with this one. But I think I mentioned it earlier. And I'm going to say the New York Giants. I'm going to say the New York Giants.
Wow.
Not to take the division, but I mean the team to do better than what most people expected them to do.
Playoffs?
I think they have a team in place offensively that's full of weapons. I think their struggles will be on the defensive side of the ball, but like I said earlier, I like them to be the second team in the division, contending, against us for the division championship. But I don't know what Steve was talking about. I know he has to rep his team, but I would be highly shocked if the Giants win the division, and we're not the division winners. But I expect them to be better than what most people would be giving them credit for.
I'll say this. I guess my concern is they don't have a lot of pieces. Like I get the argument that quarterback wise, we're all in the same boat. I'm in the same boat as the Giants. Jalen Hurts and Philly kind of in the same boat. But the surrounding pieces make it where that team can still make a playoff. That's why I say we're going to be good even if he's not playing that great. I don't see that for the Giants overall, talent-wise. So if Danny Dimes isn't performing, they don't have enough talent, I don't feel like, to kind of pick up the slack to carry him in his deficiency. So we'll see what happens, but that's a big leap. You're saying that they'll be second in your division. So, that could be, with y'all division, that could be 7-9, 8-8. Ain't saying much, I'm just saying. Am I lying, David? Tell me if I'm lying.
History has shown that to be true. So I keep it real.
I'll just say this about his Giant argument, and I can kind of agree with him. When you offensive line, you fix a lot of problems, and you can hide a lot of problems. The Giants have a better offensive line this year than they had last year. Matter of fact, if you look at that division as a whole, they probably have the second best offensive line behind the Philadelphia Eagles.
Nah, the Dallas Cowboys should still be decent. But I another factor too, Danny Dimes is playing for his NFL future. So he gonna be I believe he gonna be on his P's and Q's this season.
Okay, and I'm not trying to start any controversy, but after you figure out that you are not as a Caucasian quarterback in the NFL, you go on and you have a 17, 18 years, a backup quarterback to become a coach. He's not playing for his NFL future. Cut it out. Cut that out. He'll be somebody backup for 12 years, and then he'll wind up being a coordinator or coach.
Chase Daniels. Chase Daniels is still a backup for somebody right now. I bet you.
Brian Hoyer. Brian Hoyer is still a backup in New England.
Right now?
Yes. Brian Hoyer is in like his 19th season and nobody knows about it.
I thought he retired, yo. That's crazy.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Dallas old coach and the Giants former coach and offensive coordinator. I can't think of his name now.
Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett. Thank you.
Jason Garrett was a backup for like 35 years. And he's only 20, he's only 30 years old.
Earning a check for nothing. Literally never got hit clean. I don't think he ever got sacked in his career because he ain't been out there long enough. No, I think the most time he played was with the Giants. I don't know. I don't even know. Listen, there's a trade request from Bears linebacker Roquan Smith. Would you take him? What you willing to give up for him? We good at linebacker. I thought we should sign another veteran because our young guys are like, in case they get hurt. But I don't see it happening for us. So what do y'all want Roquan from the Bears? What's going on? Philly, y'all like spending money? You got dough?
I would take him, but I don't think we can afford him. I would take him, but I don't think we can afford him. And he takes up, and then we got young players who we're looking to develop at that same position. So getting him just stunts all of that. So I don't see how that would work for us. He can ball though. He can ball though.
What, from 2018, so he's a veteran, quote unquote. But 2018, yeah, he's still nice and young. David, what about y'all? Y'all got like 20-something million? Go get him. Did he freeze? Look like he froze. Well, he can't speak to it. So I don't know, man. I don't see us doing it. And 61 career games, he has 5 interceptions, 14 sacks, 43 tackles for loss. Pretty productive. So he worth taking a look at, but what are you giving up in return? And why?
Where does Warner play? Fred Warner, doesn't he play the middle?
Yeah, but we're not giving him up. Fred Warner's a staple for us. So
right. So I'm saying that they play this. Oh, he's an outside linebacker.
No, he's an inside. He's an inside. To my knowledge, he's an inside. So
they would be playing the same position. So that would be a conflict.
Yeah, it wouldn't work for us
unless one of them move. If you was to get him.
Yeah, and I feel like in the schemes that we run, it could work. Because we run, sometimes we switch it up. We'll run a 4-3, then a 3-4, depends on what base defense we're in. So it would work, but we got young guys that we like, and they're a lot cheaper. So we're not gonna touch that. We're not gonna touch that. David, Roquan Smith to your Raiders. What you think? You gonna make that trade? Y'all know he disgruntled. What you think?
He's asking for that Darius Lillard $19.5 million a year. Yeah, of course, the first round pick to go along with it. No. I'm not saying that we're not a special talent.
You got like 20-something million in your pot. Go get him. Why not?
We got 0.6, and we're saving that for after cut people, so we can fix that secondary. 19 million. No, that's too high. Off-ball linebacker to be paid, unless your name is Darius Leonard, of course. Something interesting that's about to happen. All right, don't be surprised if Dax with him. Right, Dallas has the money. I don't. They're broke.
They just picked up a linebacker.
And to upgrade over Roquan Smith. And if you get Bart Smith,
yeah,
the quarterback.
David, your sound is trash, David, by the way. You're fading in and out.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He said Dallas.
He said Dallas taking a shot at him, even though they got Anthony Barr. He feel like David, you gotta get your sound together. He said Anthony Barr and Roquan together would be a great listen. You add that with their stud rookie? No, I don't want that. No.
They got the money to do it though.
They do.
And that sounds like a Jimmy Johnson move. So let's pray against that.
That's scary, right? Call for divine intervention. Don't let it happen.
Oh, Can you imagine hearing Mark Hanna week after week if that move took place?
You know, in football, we got the best urinal cakes.
We got the best linebackers ever assembled.
We gonna run the ball now. You gonna run the ball? We gonna run it? I know, bro. I know, Mark. I had to mock you because that's how you and every Cowboy fan sound. Y'all just don't hear yourselves. But listen, man. We're at our mark for today. It's a nice little prelude to the games tomorrow. I know we play tomorrow. We have the who do we have? We have oh my gosh, I just seen it. We play Green Bay. We got Green Bay tomorrow. Do you guys play tomorrow? Anybody got games tomorrow?
Yeah, we play the Jets tomorrow, 7:30. Tune in.
Oh, so you televised it? You get to see
yes,
your boys.
We televised.
I gotta go. I gotta search online and hope that I can stumble across something. David, y'all had y'all's last week, so I'm assuming y'all play this week too.
We play on Sunday, and it's just another cupcake. We're gonna go out there and handle. We're gonna go out there and handle business for the next 2 preseason real football.
Listen, man. So what? Preseason is 2 games and 3 games now. I can't keep track.
3 games. 3 games. 4 for Las Vegas.
Oh, because y'all got the
They played the Hall of Fame.
You got to remember, and I keep telling everybody, with all now, there's only really a need for 1 or 2 preseason games. There's scrimmaging against all the time, so.
I feel bad for and we said this last year. I feel bad for the guys that are fighting to get on rosters, because if you're not getting no time in those 2 to 3 games, how do you even stand a chance of getting on a roster? Like, I made the team to the point that I got to the preseason, and then I barely played. I didn't get into the 4th quarter. What you gonna do? You got it on the 4th quarter. You know when cut day come, you gone, they ain't got no fun. You haven't done anything. So, dirty, man. It's dirty business. And yo, I realized something. We drafted Mr. Irrelevant this year, right? My Niners did. He was number 262. Think about that. Only 262 players got picked. That's not a lot of people when you think how many players there are in the league. And these old dudes won't retire.
The league really seriously needs to take a consideration and look at about expanding. Quarterback.
Yes. To
have freaking 4, maybe possibly 6 more teams.
Yeah, why not? Like, come on, y'all got the money. Look, we can name a couple cities right off the bat.
And expand the rosters. Expand the rosters too.
Yeah,
move it from 50. What is it? 52. Take it to like 58 to 60.
They're gonna get used because dudes keep getting hurt. So it's
right.
So I'll say this. So now that we mentioned expansion, good segue. Good segue, by the way. Timmy mentioned the USFL. My reason for not rocking with the USFL, I was rocking with them before the season started. I even followed their page and everything. I heard about the incident with the player that did not want nasty chicken salad, right? So they were eating dinner. They were eating lunch, whatever. And the food, it was chicken salad. The dude said, his last name is Smith. Sorry, brother, I don't have your first name. I'll get that if I could read the article, but I'm online. And he was like, he told, the chef or whoever was serving them, is there any way I can get pizza? I don't eat chicken salad. Not a big deal. Let me ask y'all, is that a big deal to y'all? Is that a big deal? Like, if you're a coach?
Nah, he didn't do a Randy Moss when he was with the Raiders. Didn't Moss do something like that?
Hold on, I don't know about that story, David. You gotta tell me about it. I don't know about that story. What is it?
I don't remember what Lamar's talking about right now.
He complained about food somewhere. I don't know if it was with the Raiders or somewhere. He said the food was horrible or something like that. I'm going way back. But go ahead with the story. We'll look it up.
So the the brother by the name of Smith, I don't know his first name, I'm sorry. He asked, the server, can I get pizza instead of salad, instead of nasty chicken salad? Who eats chicken salad? Who eats that? Ugh. Now, he got cut when he came when they were done. The U.S. and this is on their documentary. They documented it. He got called into the office after everything was done, and the dude said, "Yeah, we gotta let you go." He said, "Cause I asked for pizza instead of chicken salad." Yo, they let him go. The USFL coaching staff let him go because he asked for pizza instead of the chicken salad.
He's not a team player.
He's a trouble problem. He's a problem.
Yeah.
Mind you, this was months ago. But dude, I was sitting, this was back in April. But I'm sitting there like, dude, I was like, you gotta be kidding me that they cut this man because they thought he could potentially be a problem because he wanted pizza instead of nasty chicken salad. So once I heard that, and that's how they operate, I instantly unfollowed. I don't want nothing to do with them. This will be the first and last time they mention. They can sign Kaepernick, and I won't care. Just because of that. XFL, let's go. I respect everything The Rock and his ownership is doing. Let's go. So that's where I'm at.
You gotta give them a little grace period. They only played at one site. They didn't have really funding and money. Like the first 2 weeks was somewhat entertaining. I stopped watching it after the first 2 weeks because it was just. Congratulations for them at least trying to keep us entertained during the summer. We needed it, but just not at that bad level.
It's horrible. Sorry, USFL players. I wish y'all all the best. If y'all smart, go to the XFL. Go there. Because the USFL, bruh, if they cutting you over pizza, he ain't want chicken salad. He wanted pizza. And he got, David, not because of his performance, he got cut because he asked for pizza.
Bring back the World League.
This. Mike, they only pay you like $50,000.
Mike, he had to show the same commitment that the rest of the team was showing. Show that commitment that the rest of the team was showing at that time.
Eat the salad. That's like, I felt like that's an Ike Turner. Eat the cake, anime. Like, don't ask no questions. Just eat the cake. Eat the salad. So, USFL, I use my Italian mafia voice. You're dead to me. USFL, you're dead to me. XFL, I rock with y'all. I like what you're doing, The Rock. I like what you're doing. You know they got a partnership with the NFL. That's clear when The Rock spoke at the Super Bowl and gave a whole riveting speech for that rigged game. For that game. So, the XFL, Rock is working that relationship, and they got state-of-the-art technology. The stuff looks good, so I'm actually looking forward to watching them. But USFL, you're dead to me. All right, so there we go, man. That's my synopsis. That's my breakdown. Very random breakdown. And they're like, who is this dude that don't like us? We don't care. I care. That's all that matters. Listen, man, Fanatics Live, for the fans, by the fans, we are back. Are we back? Kind of back? Yes. So, we will be live on location. We will give you the details very soon where you will be able to literally be with us in person. So get ready for that. It's going to be literally the Fanatics Live experience. The same way you're watching it here, you'll be able to get trolled live and in person. Look forward to it. So, Fanatics Live, for the fans, by the fans. Anything in closing, my brothers. Anything in closing, my panel of experts. Speak now. Ever hold your peace because you want pizza instead of chicken salad. Go ahead.
I want pizza. But brother Mike, can you let the people know what your NFC championship game pick was for this year?
Yes. Drum roll. August 11th. It's documented. August 11th. What time is it? It's 10:34 p.m. So we can time stamp this. My prediction is NFC championship game will be my Niners versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I like the moves that they made, and I am worried about them. I will not lie. AJ was a huge one, but the draft, A plus. They bodied this draft. So, in my personal opinion, they are the team to worry about. In the AFC East, NFC East is not even gonna be the Cowboys not gonna stand a chance. But I'm telling you, I see them. I'll give them a good 12 wins, man. 12 wins for Philly. That's what I'm saying it out here right now. And this is even if Jalen don't produce, because you got Minshew waiting. And Minshew is hungry. So let Jalen not produce and thank Minshew. Minshew get on the field, he not losing that spot. So Jalen know that. Just so y'all know, Philly fans love him. And he'll work, though. He one of them. He one of them blue-collar guys. So, Jalen, you better be on your game because Minshew is waiting patiently. There you go. 12 wins for the Eagles this year based on the draft and their offseason signings. Very nervous about them. That's my prediction.
And I'll add one more thing. Take a look at our schedule. I'll leave it at that.
I ain't even looking at that. I just giving y'all 12 wins based on the talent. I ain't even looking at that. David. Go ahead, Lamar, my back.
No, I'm done. That was it. Go ahead, Dave.
Just
Go ahead, David.
Brought up Gardner Minshew, and I love Minshew Mania and the mustache. He brought a jail bus, decked it out, and parked it out in a personal gym to where the only thing he did was got off that bus and went in the gym and worked for the whole summer. So if her studs by some awkward way, and I said last year, I said Mitchell was better than a lot of starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Answer.
Remember, I said this last year. 2 is better than 1. Always remember that. 2 is better than 1. Got to have a good backup.
I think Mike froze on us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a technical difficulty. We're at the end of the show anyway, so thank goodness it held on. Y'all still there? I don't know if y'all still there or not, but
yeah, we're still there.
It let me know that like a weird issue, but yeah, man, Minshew is right there waiting. So yeah, my prediction: 49ers and Eagles NFC Championship game. I don't know. I don't see us having 12 wins. I got us at 11, 10, 11, and that's because our division is weak. So most of our wins is going to come from in the division, and then we're going to creep out. We got Chicago. We got a couple of winnable games, so I think we're going to be able to do that. But, yeah, Philly might be a problem. I ain't got them Super Bowl, but they going to be a problem if they're healthy because they drafted really well. So that's my take on it.
You just remember the massacre that's about to come to you. I just want you to remember that day. January 1st, 20 special opponent.
That's the end of the year, man. We'll be resting starters by then. Lamar, are you there? You have anything in closing? If not, then I'm going to close it out, man. I think you frozen too. So
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, go ahead. Anything in closing?
No, just looking forward to more great analysis and more great shows moving forward.
Excellent. David, final word, sir.
Ready for the kickoff. Thanks for having me on. And I'm just ready for some real and of course to do this show.
Excellent. Listen, those that's watching, you know where we are, you know what we're about. This is Fanatics Live for the fans, by the fans. Make sure you follow us. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Fanatics Live. # join the discussion. Tell your people. If you want to be on air and you want to talk your talk, you can do that. Just make sure you know your facts. Know something about your team, because as you seen tonight, I had to call one of my brothers he put out there that, he talked about a player that had some allegations and then he couldn't tell me who it is. I had to call him on it. No, nothing personal, just know your facts. So no one gets a pass. So All right, that's how we work here on Fanatics Live. Follow us again, Facebook and Instagram at Fanatics Live. Y'all be blessed. Have a safe one. We'll talk to y'all soon. Salute, salute, salute. Talk to y'all later. My panel of experts. Deuces.